Ever wondered about the root cause of the housing crisis? We live in a world where the cost of a roof over your head is skyrocketing, and affordable homes seem to be more of a dream than a reality. The issue is complex, deep-rooted, and affects millions. It's a crisis that's been brewing for years, and its effects are felt far and wide. Now imagine a world where housing is not a privilege but a right. Intrigued? Stick around. We often hear that capitalism is the culprit behind the housing crisis. It's a system that has been woven into the fabric of our society, but it's also one that has stoked the flames of the current housing problem. Capitalism, by its very nature, prioritizes profit. And in the world of real estate, this can translate to a significant disadvantage for the average homebuyer. In the capitalist model, housing becomes a commodity, something to be bought and sold for maximum profit. This profit-first mentality has driven up the prices of homes, putting them out of reach for many. It's a cycle that feeds on itself. As prices rise, affordable housing becomes scarcer, and as affordable housing dwindles, prices continue to climb. It's a relentless cycle that leaves many people unable to secure a home of their own. But what if we told you there's another way, a non-capitalist solution? Introducing the non-capitalist solution to the housing crisis. Let's talk about housing cooperatives, community land trusts, and public housing. These are three non-capitalist solutions that challenge the status quo in the housing market, shifting the focus from profit to people. Let's start with housing cooperatives. It's like a neighborhood decided to band together and become a corporation. Each member buys a share, and that share entitles them to a unit within the cooperative. The members democratically manage the cooperative, making decisions together about rent, maintenance, and improvements. This model keeps housing affordable because the focus is on covering costs rather than making profit. Next up, community land trusts. These nonprofit organizations acquire land and maintain ownership of it, while selling or leasing the houses on the land to individuals or families. The trust keeps the land prices stable, preventing speculative spikes. When a house is sold, a portion of the increased value goes back to the trust, ensuring the affordability of the housing for future residents. Lastly, let's look at public housing. As the name suggests, this is housing provided by the government, usually at a subsidized rate. Public housing can be a lifeline for low-income families, providing them with an affordable place to live. But it's not just about affordability. Quality public housing can be designed in a way that fosters a sense of community, providing shared spaces like parks and community centers. These three models prioritize community needs over profit. They make housing affordable and accessible by challenging the idea that housing is a commodity to be bought and sold for profit. Instead, they see housing as a fundamental human right, something that everyone should have access to, regardless of their income. But these models are not without their challenges. They require substantial funding and commitment from both the community and the government. They also need to be part of a larger strategy to address the root causes of the housing crisis, including income inequality and a lack of affordable housing supply. So can this alternative solution truly solve the housing crisis? The future of housing could look very different with this non-capitalist approach. Picture this, a world where homelessness is significantly reduced, where housing is viewed not as a commodity to be traded for profit, but as a basic human right. This is the transformative potential of the non-capitalist solution. Imagine more equitable communities where everyone, regardless of their income level, has access to safe and comfortable housing. The housing sector could be revolutionized, transitioning from a market-driven industry to one that prioritizes the needs of the people. And it doesn't stop there. This approach could pave the way for a more inclusive society, breaking down the barriers of economic disparity and creating communities where everyone is valued and everyone belongs. But to make this vision a reality, we need your support. The future of housing isn't just about buildings, it's about people, and together we can create a world where everyone has a place to call home. Now that you know about the non-capitalist solution, it's time to take action. Support housing cooperatives, community land trusts, and public housing initiatives in your own communities. Be the catalyst of change. Share this video far and wide. Let the world know that there is an alternative, a solution that can make housing a right, not a privilege. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights like this. Remember, together we can make housing a right, not a privilege.